Hey guys, it's Belle, and I am here to go ahead and do my final recap video now that I've had a chance to try all 6 of the fragrances in the Root Candles Honey Blends collection. I did go ahead and purchase a votive in each one of the fragrances, and I melted it in my Yankee Melt Cup Warmer, so I had a chance to test out each scent. I have individual reviews. I will link those below for each of the fragrances on their own, but I thought I would just do this final recap video to tell you how I rank these scents now that I've had a chance to test them all out. So let's go ahead and get into this. So what you see in front of you is the remaining wax from the votives that I did go ahead and melt in my Melt Cup Warmer. I just decided to stack them up so that you could see them. They're all consistent in color, and they all had the same amount of wax. They are 2.1 ounces, and an actual Yankee Melt Cup is 2.2 ounces. So it's pretty much a perfect fit for your Melt Cup Warmers if you do want to go ahead and buy the votives and try to melt them this way. So I'm going to go ahead and rank them first of all from strongest to the least strongest. So the very strongest one I think is Wooded Honey. And then after that I would consider Sugared Honey the next strongest. And then after Sugared Honey I think that Brewed Honey is the next strongest. And then after Brewed Honey, I think if there's a tie, I would say, between Bloomed Honey and Berried Honey. I think they're pretty much on par with one another scent-wise. And then last but not least, and unfortunately, Drenched Honey is the softest scent. It pretty much was scentless, so I have to put that one last. So regardless of what the scent descriptions actually say, here's a quick recap of what I think they actually smell like individually. So first of all, with Wooded Honey, it has a really nice woody smell without being smoky. It's not at all like a campfire smokiness or anything like that. It's just like a fresh piece of wood smell mixed in with really sweet honey. So it's very rich and it's very fall and winter-like. So it's really good for, I think, a colder season versus a spring and summer scent. So that is how I would describe just quickly Wooded Honey. And then next I would describe Sugared Honey. This one, it's actually kind of deceiving. The name is deceiving because it's not as sugary as the name implies. It's actually very baby-like. It has baby-like qualities, meaning that it smells like baby shampoo and baby lotion and those types of products. It's also a lot heavier on floral that you would imagine. In particular, I really pick out honeysuckle that's in here. So it's not like a sugary honey smell. There is honey in there obviously, but it's quite baby-like and floral that you wouldn't really get just by the name alone. Then after that would be Brewed Honey, and I think Brewed Honey is an interesting take on some of those tea and lemon fragrances that are very popular, like London Tea and Lemon at Bath & Body Works, but to me, I don't like the lemon in this. It almost takes on like a household cleaner sort of smell, so I'm not the biggest fan of it. I do like the tea notes. I like the honey mixed in with it. It sounds like a great scent. It's just the lemon for me, I think, that is really making me dislike this fragrance. It's a little bit too much like a cleaner. So then Bloomed Honey is actually a lighter, more airy type of floral. Sugared Honey has like heavier, almost muskier floral notes. This is much more spring-like and lighter. It's airy, very feminine smelling, sweet, but a little bit soft, perfumey type of smell. I would even consider it somewhat of a wearable fragrance. But very, very nice for springtime, makes me think of spring, and so that is how I would describe Bloomed Honey. Then after that, I would describe Berried Honey. This one was actually kind of familiar smelling to me because Root did send me from the Vanilla Infusions collection last year, the vanilla plus berry, and the berry notes in this are very familiar to me because it's very similar to that vanilla plus berry candle. This definitely has some vanilla in there, and the berry scent is kind of like a smoothie, just very smooth, not too tart, but it's like sweet and very juicy smelling, mixed with honey, of course. So that is how I would describe Berried Honey. And then last but not least, I will just say that Drenched Honey here, I liked this one so much on cold, just when it was in its packaging. It just smelled very sweet and maybe a little bit fresh, but honestly, melting this one, I didn't get much scent from it, so I can't really speak as to how it truly smells. I do know, as far as reading the scent notes, it's supposed to be sort of a fresher, slightly woody, like fresh greenery type of smell mixed with honey, but I really can't speak as to that because I really didn't detect those notes at all. Maybe a little bit of freshness with honey, but not specifically anything in particular. So that's how I would describe Drenched Honey. Okay, so now that I told you all of that, let me go ahead and rank them from my favorite to my least favorite. So first of all, starting off, my absolute favorite of this whole collection would be Brewed Honey. I just love this one. It's very fresh and feminine. I almost think I could wear this as a perfume. I think it's just beautiful, and I found the scent throw on this to be pretty good. A little bit lighter than some of the other ones, but I still really, really enjoyed it. And then right after that, again, Brewed Honey. This would be my next favorite. Pretty much on par scent-wise with Scent Throw as the Brewed Honey. Not the strongest of the bunch, but very pretty and noticeable. I just really loved how sweet and creamy this one is, and I just thought it was really beautiful. So I really enjoyed Brewed Honey as well. Then after that, I really liked, actually, Wooded Honey. I like this one, but it's definitely more of a fall-winter smell. I did really enjoy this, though. It's not really going to fit the bill for me for springtime, but a very beautiful scent nonetheless, so I did like that. That's my third place favorite. And then after that, I would go ahead and choose Sugared Honey. Again, it's not as sugary sweet as the name implies, but it's still a nice scent, just a little baby-like. I think it's more appropriate for more spaces where you might need some extra comforting, like maybe a bedroom or a bathroom. So it's not really my favorite for throughout an entire home, but it's a nice scent. And then after that, I would go ahead and choose Brewed Honey. I think there's some room for improvement on this one. It's a nice attempt at one of those tea fragrances, but I just can't get into the lemon of this, so that's a little bit of a letdown there. And then last again is Drenched Honey. I love it so much on cold, but unfortunately it just didn't perform, so I really can't rate it very highly. So that comes in last place yet again. So just some final thoughts here. I really give Root Candles credit for coming up with a really sophisticated, interesting line of honey fragrances. I did forget to mention that pretty much in all of these scents, the honey note that you get is very genuine. It's a really beautiful, genuine honey smell, so that is very nice in all of these fragrances. But Root really just, I think, takes time and really thinks about developing unique fragrances, and so I really do give them credit for that. Of course, my personal opinion is that some of these scents are obviously better than others, which I've already detailed in this video, but overall, I think a really nice presentation, a creative idea for a little collection. So that's how I would kind of sum that up. I do want to say, though, that my preferred method of trying these obviously was using my Yankee Melt Cup Warmer, as you can see. If you do decide to try this, they're very slow melting. Root candles are very slow burning. They're also very slow melting. Each one took several hours before it would completely melt down. So I just wanted to give you that information as well. And then price-wise, they're $2.75 a piece for the votives. But if you use the 40% off coupon that's going on through March 15th, it brings it down to $1.65. So if you did want to try each of these fragrances, all 6 of them, you could try the whole collection for about $10 roughly with that 40% off coupon code. It's a good way to give these a try and just see for yourself which one might be your favorite or not so favorite. But anyway, you guys, that pretty much sums it up for the Honey Blends collection. So I'll leave all the coupon code information down below if you're interested in ordering. Again, 40% off is an amazing deal, so I will make sure to leave that below for you. And I will also link all of the individual videos I did for the reviews of the scents on their own, in case you wanted to watch those too. Anyway, you guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!